Welcome to the pod at My Village,
where we're going to have fun talking all things family preservation, My Village Ministries, and the church's involvement in this important work.
We are Phil and Mel, and we don't know anything about running a podcast, but we know a little bit about family preservation.
Amen.
Or we thought we did before our children humbled us.
That's right. Melody, how do you feel about the office today?
Because of the snow, because
it's subarctic temperatures in her office.
Every window was put in this building in like the 70s.
Frost on the inside.
Yes.
The windows have frost on the inside. That's why I'm wearing my jacket.
Yeah, it feels like you're sitting in front of an air conditioning unit if you sit near the window. Just seeping through into your bones.
Yeah, and then you got the cold draft coming in from the back, and then you got a space heater on the front. Your body doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I actually caught the flu while sitting in that tunnel of temperature.
Gosh.
How do you feel about the fact that we don't have a snow shovel yet? And so I have twice had to broom 4 inches of snow.
I feel like it's almost more effective.
Do you come late to the office so that I have to do that?
I strategically come in like an hour later on snow days.
It felt like it.
No, I was like hours late today because my kids had a snow day.
Yeah.
Like no one else did, but.
Yeah, my kids did not.
Praise the Lord.
And I was very happy for myself.
Yeah. Yep.
No, snow days are like wonderful and magical when you're a kid, but.
They are. Overall, I am happy for my kids.
Yeah. It is so cold outside that you couldn't just like send them out in the snow unless you brought like high tech snow ski gear.
Correct.
Like the goggles and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to like speak Eskimo over them for like a couple hours before. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. We asked you guys what you wanted the podcast to be about. We wanted to do like a more lighthearted, fun one for the holidays, mostly because we didn't want to have to work over the holidays. We wanted to get it ready ahead of time. But we also wanted to see, like, what are you enjoying? What do you want? And they picked, and it was not more Talk of Hills.
Nope.
Instead, shockingly, it wasn't not voted for, though. It didn't have 0%.
Correct. It did have.
It had like 17%. Yeah, well, we won't talk about how many people voted.
Yeah. It was enough.
It was enough. But no, by far the highest vote was hearing from our kids. And we managed, due to the snow day, we managed to get a few of them here, and you guys are going to get to hear from them in a little bit. Yeah. We have Phil's 3 boys here today, and my oldest daughter, Hope, who's 17, is going to share with you later. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But since our kids are here, my first question for you is related to your childhood.
Okay.
I want to know what your biggest fear was when you were a kid. What were you afraid of?
I mean, for sure, heights. It still is.
Still is?
Yeah.
Not like blood, like when you see some
blood.
That
is also a very close second, is needles/blood.
Yeah. I did like slice my finger open the other day, and just telling you about it, you had a very strong reaction.
No, it's somehow in my spirit, I knew that happened to you, and I about passed out.
Did you actually feel like passing out?
When I heard that?
Yeah. When I was telling the story?
No. If you would have gone into details, there's a good chance I would have gotten a little lightheaded.
Yeah.
Queasy.
Should I go into details right now?
When my wife worked in the PICU, in Nationwide Children's, sometimes she would come home with stories.
Yeah.
And sometimes those stories alone would make me feel queasy.
Yeah. Well, I will not talk again about any of the gory parts, but I do feel like people should know, just so they know like what life is like for me at home, that I had left my lunchbox on the counter. And when I came to unpack it later, I was talking to someone while I unpacked it. And I stuck my hand in to get it and just sliced my finger open so I have a glass Tupperware. And one of my kids had just like flung my whole thing off the counter. It shattered inside the lunchbox. And they just picked it back up and put it on the counter like that was fine.
No, yeah.
They did tell me they didn't know that it had broken. That feels hard to believe.
Yeah.
The sound of the shattering glass.
Was it Jeff?
It was Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff broke it, just snuck it in there. And
it was just,
he knew that you would blame it on the kid.
It was an opportunity for me to practice forgiveness.
It's a good exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. But heights, when did you know you were afraid of heights? And did anything happen to you?
The thing was, I would climb trees growing up, but
Is there like a repressed memory in there somewhere where you fell and don't remember it?
Yeah, I hate flying. I hate heights. I remember I remember this vividly, going to the Grand Canyon as like a 10-year-old with my family and I'm not making this up, just so mad that my family would get close to the edge.
Oh yeah.
Just,
so maybe it's an anxiety, like there's an anxiety there.
Just, I don't know, something about it.
We went to
I think it's probably like the top 5 list of fears out there. So it's not like.
Yes, it's not shocking. Nobody's looking down on you.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there are a few people.
We went to the Grand Canyon once when my siblings and I were all like upper teens, low 20s with my parents. And we hiked to this, like, it's called Inspiration Point. It's pretty high up. And it was snowy up there when we were there, which is not usually snowy around the Grand Canyon, but that's just how high it was. But there's like this loose fencing around the height. And my mom was the same as you. Like every time a kid was like, and we weren't kids, we were like teens and adults, but just like, stay away from the edge. But we like leaned over the edge, just like this sharp hill that's snowy. And my brother used the side of his hand, and then he would put like toe prints in to make it look like baby footprints were going off.
Just right off the, as if there was like a barefoot baby out there.
It's like a barefoot baby had just walked, which is not funny at all, but like was so funny to us.
Oh, absolutely.
The thought that we were the only ones up there, the thought that we would leave and someone else would come up and be like, oh my gosh,
a baby walked
that
off. Is enjoyable. That's a really good move.
Yeah.
I'll have to steal that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron and I, for my 40th birthday, went out to Arizona. And we went to the Grand Canyon. And we had decided to hike all the way down to the bottom and all the way up.
Wow.
And a pop quiz for y'all.
Day?
In one day. Yeah, wow. I'll get to that here in a second. But pop quiz, what percentage of visitors at the Grand Canyon go below the rim?
I'm guessing because you're asking it's low. Is it like 20%?
So at least 5 years ago,
yeah.
If I remember right, it's less than 2%.
Wow.
So 98% go to the Grand Canyon and look at the view, which is amazing.
It is amazing.
But, and so we heard about this kind of, I forget how many miles it is total. I want to say it's like almost like 15 miles round trip where you can make your way down and back up. And we went in late October. And at that point, the sun sets pretty early. And on the way there, so as we were looking into this, like, can we do this in one day? Mm-hmm. And when we got there, the guide was like, we got there like at 11 o'clock. And they were like, no one starts on this trail before, like if you start after 10 o'clock, there's a really good chance you're not going to
get up before dark.
There's not going to be sun.
Yeah.
It's going to be dark when you're hiking out. And we're like, hey, let's see how far we can go. And so we started to make our way down. And we realized, man, we're making some good time. Now we're going downhill.
Yep.
And so we decided we're gonna do it. Like, how many opportunities are we gonna have to say that we made it to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and up in one day? And so we made it all the way down, and we started to hoof it back up, and we made it back up in like record time. But here's the crazy thing, Mel. On our way up, we passed people that was still going down as we came up. Then some people we passed going up, but some of those people were like, they had to be like 85 years old.
Wow.
I'm not making this up, where each step, like the foot, like when they would take their steps, one foot, because you're on an incline, was not even making it all the way in front of the other. So it's like, you could not have been moving more slowly. And they still had probably 3-4 miles to go.
Oh my gosh.
And there's no way they're going to make it. Oh, easily.
Hiking to the bottom.
Oh, well, I don't know if they made it all the way to the bottom.
Still.
But it was like, you're going to sleep here on this cliff edge.
You live here now.
Yeah. But we learned after the fact that Grand Canyon, I think it's definitely the top 5 most dangerous parks. And every year, I forget the amount of people that have to get life lighted out because they underestimate how long it's going to take. Anyways, it was
So when we were there, I'm extremely impressed that you did this at the age of 40.
Yeah.
So when we went on this same trip, after we had gone to Inspiration Point, we went and did, I'm sure, the same spot. It's like the switchback down into the canyon. Mm-hmm. And my dad was like, you have an hour and a half and this car's driving away.
Yeah.
Because we were like, we got to go down. We got to go down, Dad. So obviously we weren't trying to get to the bottom. So we're like, okay, we have an hour and a half. It's obviously going to be harder on the way up, but we're going to do as much as we can. So we decided we are going to run down this trail for 30 minutes and leave ourselves an hour to get back.
Makes sense.
So we ran, and the younger 3, so I was probably 17, my brother was 14, and my sister was 12. So we ran down as fast as we could. Our older siblings stopped a little farther back. I think they figured out they couldn't do it. We're just sprinting down the switchback, like back and forth, back and forth. We turn around to come back up. And I am like, to this day, this felt like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life was making it back up in an hour. And I was in good shape. I had like been in the Junior Olympics earlier that year.
Yeah.
So I was in very good shape, young, and I wanted to die. We would like do like 4 switchbacks and then just sit and like,
yeah.
I cannot believe we did the whole thing.
Yeah.
We got pretty far in 30 minutes running.
Oh, absolutely. Especially going downhill.
Yes. We're running downhill.
You're gaining some miles there going downhill.
Yeah. It's probably not safe that we were
running. And what you don't
downhill.
think about at the Grand Canyon, I think the elevation's like 7,000 feet. So it's not like it's thin air. It's everything.
Thin air,
you're dealing with altitude. And anyways.
Yeah.
This became Hills 2.0.
So how many hours?
Grand Canyon became Hills 2.0.
I actually have like 4 more stories.
I know. Could we? I think we're just going to talk about the Grand Canyon.
Do you think? Yeah. Based on the fact that no one voted for more hills, but we're talking about it anyways, we should probably move on.
Yeah.
What's your question for me?
What word do you cringe when you hear the word?
Why are you asking this question? What word do I cringe? There's no good answer to this.
Give us a word. It doesn't have to be the word.
Phil.
Gosh. Fair.
No, I feel like there's ones that I won't say on the podcast that make me cringe.
Okay. We all have those words, though. You hear it and make you cringe a little bit.
Yeah. There's probably like an actual
uncomfortability in you when you hear it.
Yeah. You know what one of them is? Uncomfortability.
Really?
It's not a word. You say it all the time. It's discomfort. There's a discomfort we have.
Are you sure about that?
Ben, you want to fact check us?
I can't.
Every device Ben owns is pointed at us right now. I'm going to look it up. You say it a lot. You're always on stage. And so uncomfortability.
That's a good question.
It's a word.
I think it is. It refers to the feeling or state of being uneasy, awkward. Okay, I'm going to do uncomfortability versus discomfort.
She's got to win.
This is my Enneagram 3 coming out. Discomfort is the standard noun for an unpleasant physical or mental state.
I don't live up to the standard by any stretch of the imagination in anything. That's my wife.
Just so you know, uncomfort is not a word, but
I'm not using uncomfort.
It does not specifically address uncomfortability. All right.
Well,
sorry that I
thanks for
couldn't
making
think
me
of
feel like a fool. As if I needed that.
Yeah. Okay. Since our kids are here, if you had to hand over the reins of the family business of MVM to one of your kids, which one would most quickly drive it into the ground?
That's a good question. Man, all of them have a reason as to why they would. I mean, am I taking their age into consideration?
No, this
or just
is
kind
who
of their
you
personality?
think they'll be at like 25.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're 25. Okay. Man, again, Ryden's a crapshoot. He's either, again, going to be Mother Teresa or the exact opposite of that. And so...
Ryden and Charlie, they're going to either like take over the world or just be in prison.
Yeah. Gosh. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Ryden. Even though I'm very optimistic that he could be Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
The male version of. But yeah, I'm going to go with it.
It's the odds.
I love Ryden, though. You'll see him here in a little bit.
He probably would run it similarly to you. It'd be like super fun. Shoot for the moon.
Yeah. Probably make Papa's pancakes.
Yeah, he would. Does he cook with you guys?
He does enjoy cooking. He likes making breakfast with me. Yeah. He loves flipping his own pancakes, making his own eggs. Start him young.
Yeah.
Good question. Last question for you. If you could choose what would your favorite MVM team memory be? Like something you did with the MVM team. What would be your favorite memory?
Oh man, I have a lot of them, and we've recently been getting
it has to be at least 5 members that were part of that experience.
Recently, we've been like engaging in some prank wars with each other.
That's
So those
fair.
have been fun.
It's
But
kinda like
I have.
The
Can I
Office.
share two?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay. One is, and we already talked about this like briefly on our last podcast. That's why I have to share two. But we all took Allie to get a tattoo when we were
KFO.
when we were at KFO in Oklahoma, which there's like not a lot to do in Oklahoma. So on our day off, whereas in Nashville, we had a great time downtown.
Yeah, thanks to Morgan.
That's false. Nashville was too crowded for us. But yeah, there's not a lot to do in Oklahoma, but she had been talking about getting this tattoo for a while. And we were like, we're doing it. We like designed it on Canva on our like MVM team account. And we texted her husband to make sure it was okay with him. And we all went and got a tattoo. Okay, but the other one is we stay at the Cliffs, which our friend the Kimballs are the owners of the Cliffs, every winter for a couple days for our staff retreat. Beautiful lodge in Hocking Hills. It's an incredible blessing to our team. We're getting ready for that retreat again this year. But one year we went and it was frozen over. And two funny things happened during this. So we had two young employees, Ben Connor, whose wife works here now.
Oh, yeah. No, we're going with
And
this.
then Caroline Smith, who was an intern with us as well for a while. So the first night, was there a bet? Was it a ping pong match that whoever lost had to go in?
Yeah, I was playing Caroline left-handed.
Well, but I'm going to tell about Ben first and then Caroline. So I think Ben just lost at ping pong to you or something. So he cannonballed into the waterfall pool there when it was frozen over. So
Sheet of ice.
his cannonball actually broke the sheet of ice, which was a risky game. Like, what if it had been too hard and he had just broken his tailbone instead?
Or somehow like lacerated his jugular.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Somehow like just ice shrapnel, just straight jugular.
We're like so far away from any medical help.
It's like, that was nice knowing you, Ben.
Yeah, what a way to go out. Anyway, so he survived that, but cannonballed into the frozen
It was amazing.
pool. But then the next night, so now the ice is cracked, so it wasn't as dangerous. Phil plays Caroline left-handed ping pong. But I think that she did it for money, did we throw in some money too? Because don't you remember that?
Yeah.
So we bet her that she wouldn't jump in.
Correct. Yeah. I don't know how. Anyways,
the important part of the story
there was money involved.
There was money involved because Caroline yells. She runs past us, sprinting towards this freezing cold water in the snow. There's snow everywhere. Yeah. She yells, "Pain is temporary, money is forever." And then just jumps into the water. And we were like, what? What did she say?
Like, did you just come? Was that a spirit-led moment?
I feel like money is temporary and anything but money is forever is the other side of that. But she had told us earlier in the day that she was willing to do almost any bet for money. Yeah. So everybody had pooled together some money. And yeah. So if you guys need a good life lesson from the day, pain is temporary, money is forever.
Speaking of Caroline, really the only thing she brought to the team was like comedic relief. And I'm just kidding. She was way more than that.
She was so
awesome.
sweet, but
she was funny. She was so fun.
We had a lot.
She
of
brought
fun
a lot of fun
her.
to the team dynamic. But what didn't she like? She would like pack just boxes of cereal in her.
She did always have boxes of cereal to snack on in the trunk of her car.
Like.
There were a lot of fun. I could tell you liked having her on staff. I miss
Caroline. Yeah, I really
you liked
Caroline.
laughing with her.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the kids coming on today, but just briefly before they get here, a huge piece of both of our family's origin stories is that we were host family. I was a host family before I was on staff. Obviously, you were on staff first.
Yeah.
So what was going through you and Aaron's mind as you thought about how is this going to impact our kids, and what were some of those first conversations like?
So our kids were really young so it's hard to have kind of the more mature, obviously, conversations that you would have with older kids. But it's just basic stuff like readying them with the idea of like, you're going to have to share some of your stuff. Yeah. Your toys, your room, your parents' time, kind of the main things there. I mean, so our daughter was 5 maybe.
Okay. It was 8 years ago.
No, less than that. Yeah, our daughter was 4. And then Decker was, he was 2.
Yeah.
So they were pretty young. But as we continue to host, we've done an expected family here not too long ago. The one thing I would recommend is we have a follow-up online resource training that is necessary for you to become a host family. And in that you'll find kind of like this Bible study and prayer prompts and questions to ask your family, your kids, to ready them as they engage in this work.
Yeah.
And so what I would encourage anyone to do, you're not necessarily asking this question, but to take advantage of that resource. I think it's a really good resource to just ready your family for the work that you're about to get into. For you, what did you do? What are some of the things that you do? I mean, you just got done with the hosting.
Yeah. Which was it was an emergency medical hosting. And so we didn't really get to ready the kids, and our kids, praise the Lord, responded well, but there were some tough parts to it also. But I just want to touch really quick on what you said about the resource. I think there's something about that where you're casting vision for your kids. It's easy as parents to assume they'll just kind of do whatever we're saying yes to. They'll jump into it. It's going to impact them for the positive. But I think there's something about being intentional in that way that A, shows a lot of care for them, but B, gets them excited about the big picture in a way that makes all those little moments a little bit easier. It doesn't mean you won't have to come back to it a lot. It doesn't mean they won't have moments of frustration, but there is something really good in that. And like praying together for a kid who's going to come into your home. We made a decision at that time. We had, 8 years ago. So 11-year-old, 9-year-old, and then 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. And so we made a decision at that time. We didn't want to host kids that were older than our older kids. We really wanted our kids to be the influencers, not the influencees.
That's good.
And so we were intentional about that. We ended up hosting for the first time a 15-month-old little girl. And at this point, we lived in a bigger house, and we felt like we had the space to do it. And I had been babysitting for a lot of years, and we'd had a lot of friends' kids spend the night at our house on weekends and stuff. And so when we talked to our kids about it, it felt even more exciting to them. They'd already shared their space a ton with different kids, and we were sharing our stuff all of the time. The older kids were used to having younger siblings, and so it felt like, well, we already do this, but now it's part of this bigger mission. And so I think they got pretty excited about that, and it was cool to see their response. I had a preteen son at the time. And the little girl that stayed in our house, he had this compassion for her mom right away that I don't think I could have taught him ever.
Yeah.
That really blew me away, where he seemed to be resonating with the fact that she was not going to be with her little girl that night. And so there were just it's like we did some preparation, but there were some things the Lord was doing in their hearts, I think, that we couldn't have done on our own, which was cool to see.
Yeah. Weigh the pros and cons for that potential host family out there that has kids that is wrestling with this idea of like, man, I don't know if I should do this. I got a 4 and 2-year-old as well in my home. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like weigh the pros and cons for them.
Yeah. I mean, I think in some senses you could always talk yourself out of it. Now it's never going to be the right time because everything's not like all our ducks aren't perfectly lined up. And life feels a little bit overwhelming right now. In other senses, I think there's this beautiful, this is what our family is doing. Jeff and I, we'd been parents for a while at that point. We've got an 11-year-old, and we were thinking through, do we, if we want to model service for our kids, do we take our kids with us to like a soup kitchen? Do we put together those kits you keep in your car? And if a homeless person is asking for money, you give them the kit instead that has some really practical things in it. Or like, do we do Operation Christmas Child? We were just like mulling through all of those things. And this felt so expansive in the ways that we could include our kids in it. And so I think that feels like the biggest pro is that your kids can just do ministry with you effortlessly. It's around the clock in your home. They can't really get away from it. And so they're doing that ministry with you. They're gaining maybe a wider lens view on the world because they're getting to see people who have very different lived experience than them, walking through hard times. And maybe their biggest issue is that they didn't get what they wanted for Christmas. And now they're watching a kid who's been living at a homeless shelter. Like it just shifts their perspective some. And then there's some hard things, like in a very real way, some of the stress in your home can be increased. You're busier. Your attention is spread more ways. They're losing, and this one I think is also a positive though, they're losing maybe how much space they have and all the amount of toys they have to play with because they're having to share those things, which I think is great for kids. So yeah, I think there's just like a tension between the positive and the negative. But if you're doing it for the Lord, I think He's going to let the positive end up being the thing that wins. And I think too that it's very real and healthy to take breaks and rest after hostings and have these days of like really intentionally pouring into your kids. Or even if you're doing a long hosting, create some kind of balance where people are babysitting for your kids plus the kid you're hosting, so you can go out one-on-one with one of your kids who's really struggling.
Yeah.
Or I think there's some ways to balance that. But I mean, you guys did it too, and with even younger kids than we did. What are some of the pros and cons that you saw?
So, I mean, as they get older, I would say the biggest pro in general, long-term thinking, I'm trusting, believing, and praying that this is going to leave a legacy with my kids in a way that I think few things in our faith journey can.
Yeah.
Like we do, we read like we do like devotionals with our kids and read the Bible with them and pray with them and do all the things that you're supposed to do as a Christian parent. But man, when you can bring service into your home, when they have an opportunity for them to also exercise their faith, in some way, it transforms in a way that sitting down at the dinner table and reading Daniel and the Lions then just cannot.
Yeah.
And so I am trusting and believing that the Lord is using this in a way that is planting and watering seeds in their faith journey. And overall, it's been a very positive experience. I'm hoping that you'll hear this from my kids where overall it's been a positive experience where they enjoy having kids into their home. While it's hard at times and they have to share things, they enjoy doing it and they love loving kids.
Yeah.
And that's something that the Lord can and will do in a hosting experience that you can't manufacture on your own.
Yeah.
And so that I would say that it is. So maybe I've shared this before, but it's the principles plus experience that transforms people's lives. So when you get a couple and experience with God's truth, God talks about it, where He says, "You have heard that it said." Well, no, sorry. Where He talks about building a foundation on rock.
Yeah.
And that's based upon the application of His word. And so He just doesn't want us to be hearers of the word, but doers of the word. And so when there's an opportunity to practice your faith within a real life experience, it cements something in their heart and mind that just teaching them cannot.
Yeah.
And so I'm really big, I'm a big proponent of providing like true real life experiences for kids to exercise faith principles, truths, and realities. The cons is that you are, it's easy to say that I'm willing to sacrifice my family on the altar of service.
Yeah.
And I think you just have to have a really good pulse on what it is that your kids need before, during, and after a hosting. What are you communicating in advance to ready them for the work that they're about to do? Casting the vision, doing some prayer, talking to them about what it's going to look like, expectations, the tools that you should teach that they need to put into practice when they have needs that they can use with you when the hosting becomes hard.
Yeah.
And then during, what do you do? Do you have a pulse on taking that kid? Like, can you read your kids in a way where like, man, Johnny needs a break. I'm going to go take him out on a one-on-one. Yeah. Or, he seems to be struggling, but I know that he or she struggles to use their voice in what it is that they want or need.
Yeah.
And so will you sit down with them at the end of the day and just check in with them?
Yeah.
And then after, process with them, the highs and lows of that experience. And do they want to do it again? And if so, if they are to do it again, what is it that they need from you next time as their parent?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be hard on them to some degree. It's all in how you handle the hard. Our kids are going to face hard things in life.
Yeah.
And kind of to your point, this is a controlled environment, to some degree, controlled environment where you get to, again, welcome service into your home under the protection of your kind of guidance and leadership and parenting. And so pros and cons, I mean, I think the pros far outweigh, I'm biased obviously, but I think they far outweigh some of the negatives, some of the cons that come with hosting, even with hard behaviors.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity to have teachable moments in those with your kids. And so So yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's been just a net positive
Yeah.
for my family in so many ways.
Yeah. And I think that doesn't mean that every day is positive.
No. Yeah.
It doesn't mean that even this last week when we hosted, I had a sense of one of my daughters really struggling. She had a lot going on in school that week. It was very hard for her that we had moved rooms around suddenly. And we had a really honest conversation. I said, I want you to tell me that this is hard. And I want you to feel like you can say, I wish we hadn't done this. But then we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the reality for this family and should we have done it or shouldn't we? And then you and I are going to stay up late and we're going to watch a show and have a snack together.
Yep.
And that was like filled her cup in a way that, so it wasn't, this is hard, therefore we stopped doing it. It was, this is hard. We're going to talk about it and acknowledge that, and we're going to pray about it, and we're going to give our yes anyways, and we're going to do something fun together.
Yep.
That's uniting for the two of us when you're feeling
That's really good.
like you need your cup filled again. And so I think there is something about that. I think that it's tempting as a parent sometimes to say, this is hard, therefore we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I want to protect my kids in that way. And yeah, there are times where it is not all gung-ho. Everybody wants to do hard ministry together. But there are times where they also don't want to do their chores, and I'm going to keep making them do their chores.
Correct.
And I think,
most of my kids don't want to go to school every day.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to go to school.
You're going to go to school. That's part of being a parent, right? Is having your kids do that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've also been blown away by their resilience in the work, and the times where I felt like we usually either go to a special dinner or have some kind of special family event after a hosting ends to have fun together, but then talk about and process it, have like a family debrief. And there was one hosting where I felt really worn down by it and the behavior that was in the home, and just really feeling like, well, I need a break. And we all went out to dinner at a Mexican restaurant because you can feed a lot of people for cheap at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
The free chips and salsa.
Yep.
But now some of the restaurants charge you for the chips and salsa.
Blasphemous.
Yeah, Bush League.
Yeah.
But we were at a Mexican restaurant eating with our kids, and we talked through some of how we'd been feeling about the hosting. And at the end, Jeff and I were like, well, do you guys want to keep doing this hosting? Are you feeling like you need a break for a while before we say yes to a hosting? And they were all like, oh yeah, no, we want to keep doing it. It was like, they hadn't even thought about not doing it, even though I had been feeling worn down by it. So I think sometimes we can project some of that onto them. Like, oh, they probably don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to ask them.
Yeah, it really does. I think God will use it to kind of shape the DNA of your family.
Yeah.
We're like, I think at times it almost, it's, I don't know if confusing is the right word, but we want our home to be a home of hospitality. Mm-hmm. And not just in hosting situations, but to neighbors and those, you know what I mean? Just in so many different facets, we want our home to be hospitable. Where it's like, that is all they know.
Yeah.
And it's a foreign concept to them that some other family wouldn't host.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that they look down on them, but it's a little bit, it is confusing. Like, oh yeah, this is what you do. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I remember thinking that my mom really set that standard for me at a very young age of like, our house was the house where all of our friends could come over, foreign exchange students all the time. You know, she did foster care. Where I remember thinking this is what families do. Yeah. And I think it can be this unique stamp you put on your kids in a very positive way, where this becomes the norm. Yeah. Of like, we are willing to serve, we're willing to be uncomfortable, we're willing to sacrifice for the sake of others. Mm-hmm. And we're willing to, like we talk about in training, we know we've been blessed with a family. God places the lonely in families. Yeah. Will our family be one of those that welcomes in the lonely? Yeah. And I think I think this is something we need to be transformed by the renewing of our mind within church culture. Mm-hmm. Of like, you don't just welcome in those that are going to welcome you back. Yeah. You know what I mean? We will welcome in the lonely. We will welcome in the hurting, the isolated into our family, because God wants to do that. That's his heart. Yeah. And he wants to, this is his solution to the lonely, his families. And so we want our family to be that. And we get to cast that vision, and then we also get to live it out in a very unique way. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Well, you get to hear from our kids here in a little bit, and it'll be interesting to see how they do. Talking about do they really understand what we do? Do they really understand what they're saying yes to? Or like, to your point, it's such a part of their DNA that they don't even really know. Yeah. Yeah, this is just what you may
what
judge us more. You may think,
You might
More of us
reverse.
or less
Yeah.
than us.
Well, I lucked out. I have my 17-year-old here who like really loves the Lord. Praise God. She's following the Lord and will probably say all kinds of sweet things. And you brought 3 little boys.
Boys, 10, 7, and 5, which who knows how it goes.
It's hard to say what
But that's
they're
what
gonna
you
say.
asked for, and you're
Yep,
getting that.
and you're going to get it. All right.
Thanks for joining us.
All right. We have some very special guests today. You guys asked and we delivered.
That's right.
Brought some of our kids. Do you guys want to tell them your name and how old you are?
Ryden, and I'm 7.
Good job.
My name is Decker, and I'm 10 years old.
10
My
years
name
old.
is Jay, and I'm 5 years old.
You're 5 years old, and who's your dad?
Phil.
Phil?
Phil. Do you guys know what Phil does at his job?
No.
Family preservation.
Family preservation. Good job.
Nice
What do
work.
you think he does every day? Like what's he come to the office and do?
Talk.
Work.
Help people.
Help people? What people does he help?
People who
Everybody.
are adopted.
Everybody? People who are adopted?
People go to our church.
People who go to your church? What do I do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Do you know what my job is?
Same thing.
MVM.
MVM. Yeah. We are co-directors. We do the same thing. It's a little bit different though.
Do the same thing.
Yeah, me and your papa. Papa? What do I call you?
She also calls me Papa.
Big tuna.
Only when you make pancakes.
Big tuna.
Big tuna. Always big
Oh, sorry, big tuna.
She does call me Big Tuna.
Tuna.
from time
Why
to
do you
time.
think your dad wants to be called Big Tuna?
Cause
He's big and he's a tuna.
Such a good
He's
point.
big. And he's a tuna. But we went to a trip before, and we called our boat Big Tuna, and whenever we did it, she would say 1, 2, or 3, and we paddled 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. And we say 1 big tuna, 2 big tuna, 3 big tuna.
Yeah, that was this past summer when we went. Remember when we went whitewater rafting in Colorado?
Oh,
That was a fun trip. Remember that?
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
It helped with our
Okay.
cadence of rowing.
One
Good
time
memory.
One time we
One more
were
story, man.
playing tickle tackle, and I had a gun, a fake gun, a Nerf gun, and I slid under his legs and shot his wiener.
Oh no. Wait, can you tell me what tickle tackle time is?
So you tackle and you tickle.
What? Just anybody, like your neighbors walking by, do you run outside and tackle and tickle them?
No,
No, who plays it?
no. Dad tackles us and we tackle him.
Oh.
tickle.
Do you know I used to play that game? I have 5 brothers and sisters, and when we were little, we used to play after dinner every night, and we called it romp. But I think it was the same as tickle tackle
Wrong.
time.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
A little more short.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question for each of you. I'm going to go with Jay first. Ready, Jay?
What?
What is the best Christmas tradition at the Krause house?
Do you know what that means? Tradition.
Like something you do every year. What do you do at Christmas time that's super fun?
Presents?
Presents? Is that your favorite? Do you have a favorite present that you got?
No.
No.
I have a favorite.
What's your favorite present?
It's I have a favorite present. It's not from I want to give stuff.
Let Rye finish your book.
I want a finger puppet that is a dragon.
That's what you want? Or that's what you got once?
I want.
That's what you want? That sounds
And there was a teddy bear.
affordable.
What's a cute teddy bear?
Okay, are you ready?
And a cute teddy bear.
What's one of your favorite traditions, Decker, that we do?
Say la la la.
Have biscuits and gravy.
Mm.
Hide a pickle in our Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
That's
else,
it.
What else do you make on Christmas morning?
ravioli.
We make that as a family with the mom's side of the family. But then what does mom make every morning on Christmas?
Cinnamon
Cinnamon
rolls.
rolls. Man.
Yum.
Beans and cheese and cinnamon rolls. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of carbs,
So many carbs.
but still healthy.
All right, Decker, here's my question for you. What is the best vacation the Krauses have ever been on?
A cruise.
You went on a cruise?
Yeah.
What'd you do on the cruise?
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
My favorite thing to do, it was a part of the cruise. So we stopped at this island, and monkeys just went in a circle, and we were with our cousins, and they jumped on our heads, and Jay, it was on his back, and what else? And then Sloth, I got to hold one. It wraps around you. They're very
I
cuddly.
hug you,
That's cool.
embrace you.
Okay, Ryden, this is your question, even though you answered everybody's question. This is the question for you. Are you ready?
You have to wait until she can ask you a question.
Okay.
Overzealous.
What is the funniest thing about your dad?
He's fat. And he's a big
Brutal.
tuna. He's a big tuna.
That's
He's
the
a
funniest
big-
thing about me.
Oh, the funniest thing about him also, he wants to be a mountain goat when he was little. He wanted to be a mountain goat when he
That's true. That's
when
a
he
true
grows
story.
up.
Wow.
High aspirations. I was afraid of heights, and I knew if I could be a mountain goat.
Do you feel disappointed in yourself every day for not achieving that goal?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay, now we're going to talk about My Village Ministries a little bit. So you guys did a good job answering. My Village Ministries does family preservation. We help families and we help the church. Have you guys ever had kids stay in your house because of My Village Ministries?
Wait.
We hosted kids.
Have you
Yeah.
hosted kids in your home? Who
Yes.
remembers that? Jess Decker? I bet.
Right, you do too. Yeah.
You remember it, Ryden? Do you know, I saw a picture of your mom and she was wearing a baby you guys were hosting and Ryden was in her tummy at the same time.
Josiah.
Yeah. Josiah. Okay, so why do you think you hosted kids in your home? Do you guys know why those kids stayed with you?
Not really.
Were their moms in a hard spot where it was hard for them to care for them?
Yes.
Yeah. And so your family did? Why do you think your family did that?
And Jay, we adopted him because his family was having a hard time.
Right.
Yeah, and now he gets to be your family. I think he's having a hard time right now.
Hey, when we hosted for Josiah Boys, what are some of your? Do you have any memories? What's some of your favorite memories when we hosted?
One
them?
memory, me and Josiah, I was like 2 and Josiah was like 3, 2 and 3, and I was 3. No, Josiah was 3 and I was 2.
Okay.
And we used to have a different what is it? A table, and there was chairs all around it, and we hid around the chair and we followed, like, if I did this, Josiah would do that. If I did this, Josiah would do that. We just did that, and it was super fun. It was super fun.
Ryden and Josiah were some good buddies.
You were good buddies.
Oh, man.
And would he
They
copy
loved each
everything
other.
you did?
No,
No.
I don't remember.
But that's pretty special that he got to have a buddy like you
Yep.
and that you got to have a buddy like him, right? Yeah. Decker, what do you remember? What are some of your memories from hosting?
Jumping on the trampoline.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You were a lot bigger than Josiah. Did you double bounce him over the wall?
No.
Did he jump on there with you?
Yeah, I would like bounce him really high.
Yeah. That's cool.
Decker was a good big brother to Josiah. What about when we have baby Aaliyah over? What do you guys love about having baby Aaliyah? What do you love about that?
She's cute.
She is cute.
She's cute.
She's cute. How old is she now?
She's like 3.
2.
2.
2?
She's 2.
Deck, what do you love about having baby Aaliyah over?
Hey, you're messing it up.
I don't know.
It's hard to
You
think
do
about
love you love holding baby Aaliyah.
Aw.
Both you and Ryan.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the baby, but someone came over and I hold the baby.
You did. That was probably so helpful. Do you like babies?
Yes, I love them so much. But my favorite baby that I ever seen that could walk, and he was super fast. He was faster than Decker.
That feels surprising. A baby that was faster than
Yeah,
Decker?
and his name is Teddy.
Oh.
But he is fast. Maybe not as fast as Decker. but-
Who's Teddy?
Remember Teddy from Colorado? You used
All right.
to chase him around, and I would.
All right, you ready,
He
Rye,
would
for the
run
next
to me,
question?
and then
Someone's got another question.
I got another
Cat
question.
was us.
Did you ever think, man, I wish my parents weren't having any kids hosted at our house?
No.
No?
Yes and no.
Yes and no?
I wish. I was so happy that we hosted kids.
You were. Decker, what makes you say yes and no? You can be honest. If it's a bad answer, we'll just cut it out. No, tell us what you think.
That
What's this?
I like having them over.
love
I
having
like hosting them because they can be fun to play with and do activities with, and that they can also be mean.
Yeah, sometimes you had hard times too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the
Okay.
fuzzy?
Did you have to share all your stuff? Or
No.
they were too little?
I didn't have to share all my stuff.
You know.
Some of them.
Did you have to share your mom
Do you
and dad's
still have that
time and
cut?
attention?
You still have this
What?
cut.
Did you
I had a cut.
have
Lots
to share? Did we had
Did
we
you?
had to spread
was
love.
on There's
Mom and Dad had to show
It's on
some
this
more
sheet.
attention to
Yeah.
some of the kids, so some of it was taken away from y'all.
Hey, Ryden, everybody, I have one last question for you, and then if your dad has other questions, he can ask them. Mine is, if you were talking to another kid your age and they were like, my parents are thinking about being a host family and I don't know, what would you tell them?
I would tell them you should host.
You should host. That's good.
Why would you tell them that?
Cause it's just they're fun to play with.
Mm-hmm. Fun to play with. What do you think, Deck? It's another 10-year-old boy. He's like, man, I don't know.
One of your buddies in your class has hosted that is 10 years old. His family. Lincoln.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, what would you tell your buddies at school about hosting?
You should come to our family.
Yeah?
Like to experience it or to be hosted?
Hosted.
Because your family's so fun?
Yeah, and I need a
Do you
brother
wanna,
my age.
Do you want to raise Charlie and Cameron for me? Can they come
no.
live at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah? You guys would probably have a lot of fun
I
together.
would.
They would add to that boy dynamic.
You
at
guys
your
do
house.
have a lot of fun when you're at the office together.
Yeah. Sorry they had school today. You did
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Snow day here.
Yep.
School.
All right, Phil,
And
anything
we
else you
don't
want to
have
ask them?
school. No school.
I don't think so. Hey, here's my last question for y'all. You guys come here, you came here today because of a snow day, but you guys come here at the office, the MVM office during the summer a lot. What's your favorite thing about coming to the office?
Dad screams his head off.
Yeah.
It is what they do when they come to the office.
Yeah.
Watching-
Finally, someone's getting the word out.
Yeah.
watching screens and
There is more screen time than we like.
watching screens and playing
Yep. What do you like to play here?
with those little ball things.
Yeah.
The what?
Those ball toys that transform into little machine things.
Box
Oh wait, no.
No, you can stay here. And then Dak, what's
Dak,
your favorite
what do you
thing
like?
about coming to the office?
Hey, look.
They have there's a bigger field out in the yard, so I can play like that.
Do you like playing with the other kids that come here too in the summer?
And we hope that I hope that everybody in our family hopes that we'll get a new house, but mostly I want to, because there's a basketball court, there's a playground close to the house that we might get, and it's like the field is as long as a football field.
Yep. it's a pretty
Whoa.
one.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
But it's skinny.
Well, I am glad that your family said yes to hosting. And I know that you guys have made a lot of friends over the years because of that. And maybe you'll host some more in the future.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
Thank you guys. Do you want to say anything to say goodbye? What does your dad say when it's the end of a day?
I don't know.
Do you know?
Bye.
That's a good one.
Buy nothing.
Buy nothing.
Bye, everybody.
Do you know what Melody and I say at the end of each podcast?
No.
We say tomorrow's the next day.
Tomorrow's the next day. Thanks for joining us.
Tomorrow's the next day.
Well, welcome back to round 2 of interviewing some kids. This time it's singular kid. We got 20% of the Marshall kid clan with us here. But we got the best.
Yeah. Are you the best one?
Yes.
We might say that to the others when they're here.
Yeah.
But just enjoy it while it lasts.
But you mind introducing yourself, your name, your age, and your favorite thing about your mother?
My name is Hope. I am 17, and my favorite thing about my mom.
She's gonna be nicer than your boys were. You can be mean if you want.
My favorite thing about my mom is how amazing she is at working for the Lord.
That's a good answer.
You're so sweet. I told her she'd be nice.
And
She's my nicest kid.
Nice.
This is a really good spot
No,
to
we picked the
start.
right one. Yeah. If there was any confidence you needed today, we're here to bring it. By the way of Hope.
Yep.
The name's fitting too. Hope, tell us what it is that your mother does for My Village Ministries, or what do you think she does?
She that's a good she
Name
like,
one thing she does.
Sometimes she like takes emergency calls and tells people what to do. She
I do a lot of telling
makes
people what to do.
slideshows with your face on them.
Yep.
And a
She's really good at that.
Yeah. And
Who is her favorite person that she works with at My Village Ministries?
I'd say all the female stuff.
Sorry, Ben.
What are we, chopped liver, Ben? Yeah, it's like we're like number 10 and 11 on the list. Which one's 10 and which one's 11?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
I won't.
Plead the fifth. All right, so Hope, here's the amazing thing about the opportunity that I have to interview you. You were part of the very first host family in Central Ohio to host. So how long ago was that?
I was what?
It was 8 years ago.
8 years.
8 years ago. And you were 9 at that point.
Yes.
What did you think about this idea when your parents first talked to you about hosting? Do you remember that conversation at all? And if so, what do you remember about it?
A little bit. I might be getting this wrong. I remember feeling like it was exciting, and I felt like I was on board. I remember because I feel like I had to give up my room, I think.
You and Lara started sharing a room.
Yeah.
You remember when they came and did our home assessment?
Yeah. And my room was Aliana's room then.
So you had to move out of your room
Yeah.
into your sister's room.
Into my sister's.
Yeah.
But it was before we got our first hosting call. So we for our home assessment even, we had already
got
made
ready
the
for
move.
it.
We lived in a much bigger house then.
That was the like
condo.
10 level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for everybody to know, we used to live in it was a 3-story house, but it was a split level. So there were 7 half levels with a staircase running up the middle. And
They
it was
literally
very
had cargo
cool.
net like
Yeah.
protecting any kids from falling out of one of their 7
Yeah.
flights of stairs.
Well, to replicate the staircase, a railing that went up the middle was like $7,000. But for $100, we bought soccer netting
Yeah.
to just cover all the gaps.
It was amazing.
And so it really did look like almost like a pirate ship with these stair running up
It
the middle
was-
and all this netting
It was so
on the
cool.
staircase.
But there
Did
was
that-
so many staples everywhere
A
from
lot of
it.
staples. We were stapling the
Yeah.
netting into the wood.
It's a lot of,
we
shrapnel.
clean them up regularly.
No, so was anyone blessed by the netting being in place, if you know what I mean?
Oh,
Would there have been of any one of
Yes.
your siblings or kids that you hosted for that fell down?
There would have been many. I have
Oh, wow.
a video on my phone of Aliana. Like it's like one of my first videos ever. And it's of Aliana standing and holding onto the net and leaning down like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like under her and taking the video.
Yeah, they would like
That's
press
amazing.
their faces
Yeah.
into the netting and be like leaning
Yep.
over death.
Yeah.
Just trusting the netting. It's
a good
$100
memory.
worth of netting.
That's a good memory. Speaking of memories, what are some of your favorite highlights or memories of having kids hosted in your home?
We would take we had like a nugget if
That couch.
the couch
like the
nugget.
modular couches.
Mhm.
And we would put it up and down our stairs, and we would climb up, and then we would slide down as like a slide, and we would all do it together, and we put like one down at the bottom so we had a cushion to land on.
We learned that the hard way.
And one time, one of the kids we hosted, his name was Jays. We did that with him, and they were all climbing up and like trying to slide down all at once. And Lyra had started climbing up, and Jays was like climbing up behind her, and he just like he wanted to get up before her, so he just grabs onto her and yanks her back with like this incredible strength.
He was
Brilliant.
like 15 months old and she was like 4. And we don't know how he like had the strength to like pull off the stairs and go up in front of her.
Yeah.
We have a good video of that one.
Yeah.
Do you have other fun memories from us hosting?
I know I do, but I can't think of any right now.
How about this one, Hope? I'm going to ask a pretty serious one. You're a very mature 17-year-old girl, and mature also in your walk with the Lord. How has hosting impacted you spiritually?
I think that seeing like the hospitality of our family as a little girl, just like growing up in that environment was a huge factor in like some of the strength in my faith at this point.
Why do you think it was a factor? I mean, that's very sweet for you to say, but like, what was it about hosting that made you feel like you needed to maybe rely on your faith or grow in it, or like, how do you tie those two things together?
I feel like letting go of things for others who needed it was like such a big deal to me, because like if I hadn't had that, I probably would be less generous and less excited to sacrifice some of the things that I like treasure to let the Lord in and to let other people in, and to give away some of the stuff I have.
So you would say it's built like this service mentality inside of you,
Yeah.
a selflessness. No, that's great. What have been some of the hard moments in hosting for you?
Yeah, well, it was difficult to lose my room originally.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was difficult to, like, if there was a sudden call, it was difficult to, like, adjust. If I had to, like, drop something to be able to let them stay with us. Or, like, the most recent one we did, I drove and slept at another house so that we could let them stay at our house.
Mhm. Very selfless of you.
You had a fun sleepover though, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's a decent trade-off then. Yeah.
But
Well-
it's hard to like all of a sudden switch our schedule and have my attention and busyness go up too.
Yeah.
What would your encouragement be to maybe there's another potential host family out there where they have kids that maybe aren't as excited about hosting? What would your encouragement be to that kid that's maybe struggling with the idea of welcoming other kids into their home?
I think the best way to look at it is like, imagine if you were that kid that has gone through all of this hard stuff and who is just now getting a chance at like having a nice family to support them and to connect them. And if you got to that family and all the kids were mean to you, that would be horrible. And also like the thing they might need most is just a friend. So like
That's good.
you can look at it like you just are gaining a new friend.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Melody, I have two more questions that I want to ask to close out with, but before I do, any questions that you want to ask your daughter?
Do you remember any mistakes that we made while we were hosting?
I don't think so, no.
We got to not just host Aliana, but we got to become friends with her whole family. So what are some memories we have with their whole family since then?
They often come to 4th of July with us, which is super fun. And sometimes we'll have like big family dinners. I remember one time at our old house, you made like a big thing of chili and all the boys were like running around with Nerf guns and trying to shoot each other. And all the girls were like up in our room and like we were like playing with dolls like quietly and
yeah, there's
Such
some
a
real, when you get like 12 children together that are pretty evenly divided on gender lines, you see the the nature aspect of things.
Yeah.
The girls are doing this and the boys
No
are doing
mistakes
this.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with them.
All right. So, audience, this past summer, we had our first annual MVM Camp.
Yep.
So every Tuesday and Wednesday during the summer months, so it was like 8, 9, 10 weeks that
Yeah.
MVM Camp was. On Tuesday and Wednesday, anyone on staff that had kids could bring them to work that day.
Mm-hmm.
And that was led by Hope alongside of 2 assistants, one my daughter and then your sibling, Lyra. And so they led this MVM camp for 10 weeks. Do you want to explain to the audience just what a typical day looked like at MVM camp?
So we would all get there. So I had some days that were like special days that I had planned out like a theme for the day. So like one of the days was like Star Wars Day and they would dress up and their snack would be that theme. Or one of them was like camping day and we set up a whole tent outside and like things like that. But a typical day, we would get there. We would have like a little morning meeting explaining what we were doing that day. And then we would do like go around and say names and ages and questions. Well, we would answer one icebreaker question. And then we would go outside typically and do like an outdoor game that we had come up with. Free time outside and then go inside, do lunch. And then we had art, snack, and we would do an hour of screen time. And then we would play outside as we ate our popsicles.
Yeah, when we were
Until
out of
the
popsicles,
end.
it was a problem.
It was. Yep.
And you guys were sharing space with all of us. So you're like trying to move like 12 kids past, or maybe more than that some days.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, led by Hope, assisted by Jalea and Lyra, they did a lights out job.
They did.
All the kids loved coming to it. We would probably have 12 kids at our highest, like the highest number.
I think
Do
it
you
was
remember the
more
most?
than that.
So if
Sometimes there was guests where people from other churches.
yeah, like Kiara came once.
Kids that
if
were being
Mandy,
hosted.
If Mandy brought all her kids,
Yeah.
kids who were being hosted, I bet we got over 15 a couple times
Yeah.
at least.
So what was the highlight of this past summer leading MVM camp for you?
My favorite day was when we did water day and we got water balloons and
It was a good day.
a sprinkler that went everywhere and sponges with buckets. And we just had this epic water balloon fight and everyone was dumping water on everybody else's heads. And people were like screaming and like, it was just so fun.
Do you feel like better friends with all the staff kids now because you did summer camp?
Yeah.
Do you want us to do it next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
To close out, going to do a Christmas themed question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best gift that you got for Christmas from your parents
Ever? I mean, it would have to be Disney World.
It's a tough one to beat. It's a tough one to beat.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Disney World. Not the bunnies.
No, definitely the bunnies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bunnies over Disney.
Yeah.
I've never regretted anything
no,
more
yeah.
than the bunnies.
Are what percentage of those bunnies are still alive?
0%. We had some sad.
They had a good run. I feel like they had a good run.
How could you bring that up?
No,
It's
they had
a
a good run.
dramatic moment.
Yeah, no, they had a good run. I feel like.
Yes, they loved the bunnies very much.
Do you enjoy in your home Christmas morning better or couch day?
Oh, definitely Christmas morning. It's more magical, but couch day is
It's a close second.
close second.
Yeah,
Close second.
fair enough. Well, friends, we
Yep.
gave you what you want. You got to hear from our kids.
Some of them. Like
Some of them,
50%
of our kids. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe you'll get to hear from the rest of them later. But
Yep.
thanks for joining us.
Yep. Tomorrow's the next day.